CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Capacity crowd, Qualcomm Stadium, San Diego. A game with playoff implications, with the Raiders and Chargers tied for first place in the rugged AFC West. Our kickoff is next. CBS with 67 degrees, light breeze out of the northwest with Randy Cross and Beasley Reese. Kevin Harlan. We welcome those of you watching Buffalo and New England with the Patriots in a 10-point win and a shocking Houston win over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here it's 8-4 San Diego, Randy Cross against 8-4 Oakland.
And folks, those of you on the East Coast, I grew up in Southern California. This is football weather.
James Tuthill will kick off. And they've got Marcus Knight back, the Chargers and Raiders, and with the line drive boot that will take him into the end zone, Marcus Knight will take it out. He's got John Ritchie ahead, blocking Lyle. He gets by Tuthill. And there goes Marcus Knight. Knocked out of bounds on the play by Rogers Beckett. A sensational return by Marcus Knight, who had a big play last week against the Jets, causing a fumble, a 65-yard return.
Well set up by the wedge up front. Just follow John Ritchie. You're going to get a one-on-one matchup with a lead blocker in front of you. That good? This is exactly how the Raiders want to start. They want this San Diego defense on their heels from the get-go, because Rich Gannon, with him on the heels, will go for the throat.
That is the longest return allowed by San Diego this year. First down and 10 with the Raiders at the Charger 36. And Gannon right to work, and going outside, he's got Joey Porter, who is grabbed by Quentin Jammer. And the gain will be to about the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Now they mark him at the 33. Rich Gannon have a sensational season. Number 1 offense in the NFL, number 1 passing offense. That line might be the best in the league. And Tim Brown, as one of the wide receivers, over 1,000 career receptions. He has been terrific. It's 2nd and 7 at the 33. There's the aforementioned Brown on the fly. The fake and the throw. And a gain of 5, and Tim Brown with the grab to about the 28-yard line and about 2 yards shy of the first down. Donnie Edwards makes the stop. The defense of San Diego is surprisingly low, 27th in the NFL. Pro Bowler Marcellus Wiley is on that line. Junior Seau, 11 consecutive Pro Bowls. And in the second, Rodney Harrison is the hard-hitting safety. He's the one who knocked Rice, remember, the first meeting between these two, and got fined a ton of dough. 3rd down and 2 at the 28 after a 65-yard kickoff return to open the game. Rich Gannon with the block from Garner, and goes outside the tight end Doug Jolly, a first down, and he runs to the 15-yard line of the Chargers. It's a 13-yard pickup on 3rd down and 2.
And when you face this Raider defense and your offense, you've got to be so patient, because Rich Gannon got a little formation working with Jerry Rice and Tim Brown on that right side. He drug them across the formation, brought Jolly in behind him, and you've got to be so careful with Rich Gannon, because he'll make you take chances. And when he starts 3 for 3 like he has right now, you can't stop him.
He's had 3 different receivers to start the game from the 15, 1st and 10. Gannon's got Garner in the backfield, and Charlie gets the call, Middleton block, a Ritchie block, and he's down with Donnie Edwards right around his ankles. A gain of 3 on the play, and they'll spot him at about the 12-yard line.
If I had to say, what are 2 keys for the Raiders football team if they want to be the team that comes out of the West as a home field advantage, and Bill Callahan, their head coach, can say this is the key to the rest of my year, it'd be 1, the running game with Charlie Garner, and number 2, penalties and mistakes. Eventually, they're going to come back and bite them. They've got to eliminate the penalties and mistakes.
Raiders have had double-digit penalties 3 consecutive weeks. They split the backfield at the 12 of the Chargers at 2nd down and 7. Gannon Outside, Charlie Garner, as we talked about. Lyle knocks him out shy of the first down, and he's at about the 6-yard line. Flag down on the play. We take a look at Keith Lyle, who played a Super Bowl with the St. Louis Rams, and this penalty is on the defense of San Diego. Marty Schottenheimer in his first year as the head coach of the Chargers. Last year, he was with the Washington Redskins. We welcome those of you watching Carolina and Cincinnati. 52 points by the Panthers. Something else.
Defense, number 23, 5 yards, first down.
Dick Antak just made the call on the defense of the San Diego Chargers. The opening kickoff moments ago returned 65 yards by Marcus Knight of the Raiders. And this drive began at the San Diego 36. They've worked their way to the 7. We're now at his 1st and goal. They got Garner in the backfield with John Ritchie. Gannon's got Tim Brown on the fly. Charlie Garner and submarines his way inside the 5. Alex Molden and Rodney Harrison make the stop, and they put him down at the 4.
And part of the key for this Raider team too, I talk about getting Garner going. I think this offensive line is as good as there is in the league for a couple of reasons. One, they protect so well for Gannon. But this is the number 1 rushing team 2 years ago, because inside without Jamal Williams, who they lost last week, they're not as strong inside against the run.
Garner remains in the game. 2nd down goal at the 4 and easily into the end zone. Charlie Garner for his 6th rushing touchdown of the year.
Very easy, right behind the right guard, Mo Collins. Get in, move it, lead block by Ritchie. I'm more physical than you, I'm bigger than you, and you can't stop me. Pretty simple football.
That's only the 2nd rushing touchdown by Garner in the last 4+ games, as Janikowski's extra point makes it 7-0 Raiders. And all this was set up by the 65-yard kickoff return, and then Charlie Garner takes it in, and the Raiders make an early statement.
Greg Pritchard.
Raiders on a 4-yard touchdown run by Charlie Garner, set up by a long kickoff return. And for the San Diego Chargers, that is the 5th opening drive touchdown allowed by them this year, the most in the NFL. Ronnie Jenkins, who led the league last year in kickoff returns with the Janikowski touchback, his league-leading 18th of the year, will force the Chargers to start at their own 20 when we return to San Diego.
By Cadillac, bold vehicles defying convention.
And that was about 9 o'clock this morning.
Are you kidding me? I know when we tried to drive in here about 10 o'clock, it was a bit of a nightmare.
Man, oh man. With Randy Cross and Beasley Reese, Kevin Harlan here in San Diego, Qualcomm Stadium. Charlie Garner's touchdown run has given the Raiders a 7-0 lead. Here's Drew Brees at his own 20 after the touchback, 1st and 10. And LaDainian Tomlinson is wrapped up, brought down by Eric Barton with no gain on the play, and a statement play right there defensively for the Raiders against the number 2 rusher in the NFL, Tomlinson. Drew Brees, 12 touchdown passes and 12 interceptions. Has not thrown a touchdown for the last couple of weeks. The number 19 offense, Sammy Williams, replacing Vaughn Parker at that right tackle. Tomlinson, as we've said, one of the top rushers in the NFL. And now it's 2nd down and 10 from the 20. They got Dwight in motion. Tomlinson again, a McCrary block. Here comes Rod Woodson, forcing Tomlinson out of bounds with only a 2-yard gain, setting up 3rd down and 8. And now the defense of the Raiders is number 12, but number 4 against the run, and the pass rush coming from Trace Armstrong. Bill Romanowski in 12 games has become the defensive leader for the Raiders, who now have a change in the secondary. Charles Woodson is out with a bad ankle, and Terrence Shaw, number 22, is in his place. Shaw used to play for San Diego. Now it's 3rd down and 8 from the 22.
Talked about message plays, Kevin. This is the message play for the Raiders. Blitz, Drew Brees.
Let's see what they do, and here they come with Upshaw on one side, Armstrong on the other. He's got to get by the 30, and it's cracked by Eric Barton as he goes past the 30. What was interesting about that, if he goes feet first, he's shy of the first down. He goes head first, he does get the first down.
Drew Brees has become really what Michael Vick is to Atlanta, what Drew Bledsoe is to the Buffalo Bills. He is this football team. Everyone wants to talk about LaDainian Tomlinson, and rightfully so, a great young running back, but the stability this young quarterback out of Purdue has brought has just been diamonds for this organization and this football team.
It is a first down for the Chargers at their 30. Tomlinson, and here comes the rush, and a pass outside goes incomplete. So Lawrence Grant was coming in from the side, and that pressured him a little bit. It'll be second down and 10. Follow the playoff race through the end of the season with our exclusive projected brackets on all the playoff scenarios. Click onto the playoff race at CBSSportsline.com or on AOL. Enter keyword CBS Sportsline.
How crazy is the AFC now? If it was wild before today, I mean, Pittsburgh losing to Houston, the results from earlier. Everybody's got to say the AFC West is probably right now the most contested and best division, but everybody else is just nuts.
Second and 10 from the 30. Here comes Sam Adams, and he gets it off, dumping it to Dwight, who was brought down by Romanowski at the 31. It's a gain of about 1.5 yards on the, and that's it. And now Brees has got still a far way to go here on second down.
And coming into this game, though, Kevin, you know, Charles Woodson, inactive for the Oakland Raiders, is a big deal. Normally, you'd say, gee, you're light at corners. You're going into a game. What are you going to do? But you're playing the Chargers, who only have 3 wide receivers active, who have a runner like LaDainian Tomlinson, don't have a big play threat at wide receiver. So you really have to say, hey, look, defensively, I want to go a little Stone Age. It's going to be physical, and it's going to be stuffing the run.
Little Stone Age.
Little Stone Age.
Yeah. 3rd and 9 outside the 31. Brees with the pressure in his face is short, incomplete to veteran Tim Dwight. Brees felt it that time. Ron Coleman coming up the middle. And on their first possession, San Diego's got a punt.
And with all the big names on the Oakland Raiders football team, Coleman's leading this team in sacks. And he's leading this team in hits on the quarterback. Very quietly doing his thing, doing his job, and a defense that's full of role players.
Darren Bennett, who's had a couple blocked this season, to get this one off with Woodson out. They've got Tim Brown back, and he drifts to about the 15-yard line, and then brought down from behind with minimal gain on the play. A gain of 11 after a 54-yard punt, and Quentin Jammer got him. 7-0 on a Raider touchdown run. Randy Cross, Kevin Harlan, great to have you with us, and it is a playoff atmosphere here today.
It is, and these guys are what they are, and that's what you've seen so far out of these football teams. Stone Age and physical for San Diego, and Star Wars from the Oakland Raiders.
Raiders begin it after the San Diego punt at the 26. Garner's in the backfield. Make it Wheatley in the backfield. And he throws quickly out to his tight end, Roland Williams, with his 27th reception of the season. He picks up 6, and he's up to the 32-yard line as we send it down to the sideline in Beasley Reese.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. This Raiders team is a veteran team. They can make changes without a problem week to week. We are in the midst of a 15-scripted drive that Bill Callahan told us to have never seen a single one of these plays. That's why the offense is so prolific. Back upstairs.
And Rich Gannon is the key to Bill Callahan's offense. He does as much as Peyton Manning even thinks about doing for the Colts. He just gets less attention for it.
Second down and 4. He empties the backfield from the 32. Gannon with time. Here comes Marcellus Wiley, and there goes the pass. Caught by Doug Jolly, his second grab today, and still on his feet and brought down by Carson and Seau. But a 33-yard career-long gain by BYU's second-round draft pick tight end Doug Jolly to the Charger 35.
You know, anytime you see the Raiders come out with an empty backfield, no backs like this, you're going to see the Chargers go in 5 guys here, 2 guys here with the safeties, try to just drop back and take away the medium pass from the Raiders. Plan B, or the second part of the plan, if they get the ball to somebody, you better tackle. Plan A went well, Plan B stunk.
First and 10, Garner up the middle from the 35 with a little gain right there. They plug up the middle. It'll be second down and 10.
And off to Charlie Garner,
He's a little woozy getting out of that pile. And they're going to bring back in Tyrone Wheatley.
Well, they've got a couple potential woozy linebackers for San Diego. You got Junior Seau and you've got Don Edwards inside. They're not the biggest linebackers in this league, but when they bring it on a running back, they bring the whole deal.
So Wheatley is in, second down and 10 from the Charger 35. Herders have been here before. They took the opening kickoff and that set up a touchdown run. Porter's on the move and they blow that one dead.
False start. Offense. Left guard. 5-yard penalty. Still down.
Penalties again for the Raiders. Let's go to New York for the first time with Jim Nantz.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Just seconds ago, the 49ers clinched the division title in the NFC West. Garcia leads them back from 10 down with 7 minutes to play. The winner to Oakland with 12 seconds left. San Francisco wins the division for the first time since '97. Let's go back to Kevin and Randy.
Jim, thank you. That's the third time this season Dallas has blown a fourth quarter lead. A little screen pass on 2nd and 15 to Wheatley. Weaves his way free from the initial onslaught. And he is brought down by Quentin Jammer after a gain of 7. So San Francisco clinches, now going to 9-4. Randy, your old team.
Well, we didn't see the end of that tape, though, with that update from Jim Nantz. Did Terrell Owens go to the Star in Dallas? I'm guessing probably no.
Gannon has started this game 6 of 6, 5 different receivers.
This is Rich Gannon's game. And I talked about him doing everything Peyton Manning does. He changes plays here at the line of scrimmage as well as anybody.
Garner still out. Wheatley is in. 3rd down and 8. On the 33. Here comes the blitz up the middle, and he gets it away, but that forced him to throw it. They had Donnie Edwards coming up the middle, and Edwards looked like he may have even twisted an ankle as he was making his way to Gannon. So the Charger defense holds the Raiders out of the end zone, but Oakland is going to try for 3.
And a good guess by Dale Lindsey, the defensive coordinator of the San Diego Chargers. Give Gannon one look, run a stun up front, and then give him the blitz behind it and make him throw before he's really ready to let it go.
Jankowski's longest field goal this year has been 51 yards. This will be a 51-yard try, and he drills it. 8 straight for Jankowski. One of the top kickers in the NFL, who extends the Oakland lead over San Diego 10-0. Chargers were down to Denver last week as well. 10-0 Oakland on top, and a 51-yard field goal moments ago by Sebastian Janikowski. What kind of comeback team is San Diego?
Well, with only 3 wide receivers active, not a good comeback team. Their offensive line has to take control.
Janikowski kicked his first one in the end zone. Ronnie Jenkins will take it about half-yard deep here as he weaves his way up the middle, then is brought down by Eric Johnson, who played at Nebraska. A 33-yard return. And he's up to the 33-yard line. Well, Thursday on Survivor with only 2 episodes left. And now they line up at their 33, 1st and 10. Tomlinson in the backfield by himself. Caldwell in motion. Pulling is Williams. Tomlinson trying to dig his way free and almost seems to get stronger as he runs. Eric Barton with the stop. It's a gain of 4 up to the 36.
LaDainian Tomlinson last time against the Raiders carried the ball 39 times. Last week had a prolific afternoon. 220 yards and 11 receptions. No one had ever run for over 200 and caught 11 before LaDainian did it last week. You see his 37 carries, so you can't get real excited about him not running the ball early. He might not run the ball well till he gets to his 12th carry. He might be more effective when he gets after his 25th carry.
Wow. Some guys can say that, some guys can't.
Well, some backs are lucky enough to be in an offense where he's going to get the ball that much.
Good point. 2nd down and 6 from the 36. Good time for Breeze. Great stick by Eric Barton on a gain of 2 to Tomlinson. What a first quarter Eric Barton is putting in on the defensive end.
Well, he's sort of the unsung hero for the Oakland Raider linebacking core. I mean, Bill Romanowski's become a real vocal leader for this football team, but Eric Barton is an impact player, and his impact is usually on the offensive players for the opposition. He's a high-impact player. He's a physical player, and really that's the key word for the San Diego Chargers right now. They're being a little too cute and not enough physical football, because that's what they do best.
The Schottenheimer teams are always physical. Shotgun formation, 3rd and 4 at the 39. Breeze rifles a pass to the side. Nice catch made by Eric Parker, a rookie free. He picks up 8 on 3rd and 4, and the Chargers have a first down up to their 47.
And I'll get back to the point. I think the key to this football game for the San Diego Chargers rests in the hands of 5, I wouldn't say young men, but big men, the offensive line of the San Diego Chargers. They're the reason Drew Brees in his jersey can stay clean. They're the reason that LaDainian Tomlinson carries the ball 37, 39 times and runs for 200 yards. And they're the reason this team is going to be able to stay with the Raiders, is if they play well.
Some pretty good quarterbacking so far. 47-yard line, 1st and 10. McCrary in motion. Fake the Tomlinson, and Brees going deep down the side for Caldwell. Guarded by Torrey James. No yellow on the field. Incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10.
We mentioned earlier, without Charles Woodson, you're looking at Terrence Shaw, a former Charger, at one corner, and Torrey James at the other corner, and Torrey James has got a bad ankle to start with, so why not double move him? Make him stop and start and stop and go and do things like that.
James, their best cover.
The best one left.
Yeah. Well said.
Because even before, Charles Woodson is not Charles Woodson.
Right.
That turf toe last year and the ankle injuries this year have really hampered him. That's why he's inactive today.
So now 2nd down and 10 from the 47. Somebody moves, and they'll stop that in mid-motion. Raiders come into today having won 4 straight after losing 4 straight after starting the season with 4 consecutive wins. It's the first time that's ever happened in the NFL.
False start. Offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Chargers only had 1 penalty last week, all game long against the Denver Broncos.
Well, you talked about the Raiders' start, Kevin. They played so spectacularly in the first 4, won them, then lost 4, now have won 4. The difference is, why do they have the 4 losses? They couldn't overcome themselves. They couldn't overcome their penalties. They couldn't overcome their mistakes. That's always going to be the key for the Raiders. They're not a disciplined team, but they're extremely talented.
Now they move him back 5 yards to the 42. Tomlinson back there. Done with Brees, 2nd down and 15. Here comes Armstrong. There goes a flag, and the pass is thrown away. Trace Armstrong will put the fear of his pass rush in many quarterbacks in the NFL. He's got over 100 sacks in his career. There's a look at Dick Hantak.
Illegal formation. Offense, number 77 was on the end of the line and uncovered. That penalty is declined. 3rd down.
That's the 3rd penalty against the Chargers. Like I said, after last week, 1 penalty. But look, the Chargers have not been in a big game in December in years. And right now, they look like they haven't been in a big game in December in years. They're making the dumb mistakes. They're out of sorts. And right now, they're not being the Chargers that got themselves to 8-4. Right now, they're being the Chargers almost from 2001 that kind of folded down the stretch.
Marty Schottenheimer said the big thing he had to instill in the players when he came here was how to win. 3rd and 15. 42. Here they come. Lawrence Grant couldn't get him. The ball is loose. Finoti may have jumped on it. Eric Barton is there, number 50.
Eric Barton's got the ball.
That's a fumble. And the game's first turnover, or are they marking him down?
They're marking Drew Brees down.
All right, down. One official was pointing one way, and then Dick Hantak waved him off and said no.
Dick Hantak marked his ball from behind. Watch Drew Brees twist down and watch his knees down. I don't know what he was trying to do with that ball. Jake Plummer a few weeks ago against the Raiders threw a behind-the-back thing that set up a Raiders touchdown. That was almost as dumb looking.
Guaranteed to punt. And gets off a rocket, which drives Tim Brown back to his 17-yard line. And knocked out by Carlos Polk, along with Justin Peele. A look at Rich Gannon, who comes into today the number 2 rated quarterback in the NFL.
It's Brian Schottenheimer, the quarterback coach for the Chargers, in the headset, working with his quarterbacks. Doug Flutie there in the hat is the most important player right now for Drew Brees. Settle him down, give him some of that experience by osmosis.
After the San Diego punt outside the 20 at the 21. It's Oakland 1st and 10. We've seen nothing to Rice so far until right there. Alex Molden on the side makes the stop. It's a gain of 8, and he's up to the 28-29 yard line. The newest Goodyear Air Spirit of America is overhead to provide these aerial pictures today. Goodyear blimps have been appealing all over the country, and sporting events have seen them hovering overhead since 1925. 2nd down and 2. Have scored the first 2 times they've had the ball on a touchdown run of 4 yards by Garner, who's back in after suffering an eye injury, and a 51-yard field goal moments ago by Janikowski. From the 29, outside Garner, bouncing and then stuffed. Brought down after a gain 1. Keith Lyle got him. Back to New York and Jim Nantz.
All right, Kevin, we got an update here on the Jets and the Broncos, and New York takes the lead here. First play of the 2nd quarter. Curtis Martin straight up the middle. The extra point blocked. John Hall's been having his problems lately. 6-3 Jets. Let's go back to Kevin and Randy.
Thank you, Jim. The Jets, Randy, have won 5 of their last 7 games. They're back in the field. 3rd down and 1.
This is a Junior Seau kind of play for the Chargers.
Crockett is in the backfield. And a timeout taken. Did you see something he didn't like?
Well, yeah, Junior Seau celebrating. Better to take the timeout. That's the difference between a veteran quarterback and a young guy.
And Oakland just burned their first timeout. They lead it 10-0. San Diego's punted the first 2 times they've had the ball today.
You saw Gannon barking over the line of scrimmage. I think he was trying to get a cheap one, trying to draw somebody off sides. Didn't get it, called him out.
Crockett stays in the game. 3rd down and 1. The fake to Crockett. Great time for Gannon, going deep down the side. And Jerry Porter was in his sights. An incomplete pass. They were going down there on Rodney Harrison.
Well,
Raiders have got a punt for the first time today.
Kevin, if you're going to feature anybody down the field, you're going to feature Jerry Porter right now, and you're going to feature him against a safety. If he can get this matchup, you'll take it all day long, and Porter just comes wide open out of the He's got the matchup. Gannon just couldn't put the ball in the right place.
First Oakland punt, and Shane Leckler sends us to Tim Dwight. He's back at about the 16-yard line, and then brought down nicely by Alvis Whitted, number 87, reserve wide receiver. A 54-yard punt with a 2-yard return for the speedy Tim Dwight. The CYCBS capacity-filled Qualcomm Stadium here in San Diego. 2 possessions, 2 San Diego punts. This is their 3rd start. They've got it 1st and 10 at their 18. The pitch to Tomlinson, blocked by McIntosh, and then the speed of defensive lineman DeLawrence Grant was too much, and he couldn't turn the corner.
You kidding me? DeLawrence Grant? That might be as fast as he could get, and I don't think it'll be that fast in the 4th quarter, but Tomlinson could not get around him. What a wonderful play and show of athletic ability there by Grant.
Starting for the injured Tony Bryant, who is now out for the season. It's nice just to not rebuild, but with a guy like this.
But notice what they're doing. They're going side to side. San Diego's not going inside. That's where Sam Adams and ex-Charger John Perella are. That also happens to be their strength, San Diego's inside running.
Oakland with a touchdown run and a field goal. They lead it 10-0. That's the end of the first quarter. We'll be back to San Diego after these messages. Starting the 2nd quarter here in San Diego. Randy Cross, Beasley Reese with Kevin Harlan, and we've got a 2nd down and 11 coming up for the San Diego Chargers, who trail on a touchdown run and a long 51-yard field goal by Janikowski. Drew Brees at his 17. A fake to Tomlinson, who offers a block. Here comes Perella, and he dumps it off to the fullback McCrary, who's up to the 21-yard line and picks up 3 to 4 yards on the play. And he has to get up to the 27-20-yard line, so a ways to go on 3rd down coming up.
If I'm Marty Schottenheimer here, I'm starting to get a little bit concerned. I'm not getting nervous yet, but I'm a little bit concerned. I've played a whole quarter of football. LaDainian Tomlinson only had 4 rushes in the 1st quarter. And what my football team does, it eats up the clock. And it runs on the ground, and it doesn't make mistakes. Well, they haven't run it well, and they've made mistakes, and the Raiders have controlled the pace of this game so far.
3rd down, 7 from the 21. The block by the tight end Alexander, and intercepted. It's picked off by Terrence Shaw, the ex-Charger, who is getting the start today. And Brees throws his 12th interception.
Drew Brees here looks like a young, inexperienced quarterback who is flustered. Good reason. He is.
Follow the playoff race through the end of the season with our exclusive projected brackets on all playoff scenarios. That's NFL.com or AOL keyword NFL.com. After the interception from the 39 of San Diego, 1st and 10. Again, a little sidearm pass, incomplete to Rice. Coverage by Ryan McNeil. This is the second start in San Diego territory for the Oakland Raiders today.
Watch Eric Parker work against Terrence Shaw. Quarterback's a little flustered. The ball's delivered high. It just sort of sails on Drew Brees. Parker's coming out of that break expecting something kind of low and away, and it's high and inside.
Sound like a baseball announcer.
I won't bore you with those.
Send it down at 10 from the 39. Garner in the backfield. Gannon moving up, hit, and brought down in the middle. Jason Fisk is the one who tripped him up, number 92, the ex-Tennessee Titan. In fact, he played in the Super Bowl for Tennessee. Nice play by Jason Fisk, a loss of a yard.
You know, it's funny, when you think about Rich Gannon over the years, you've always thought of him as being a running quarterback. San Diego does a nice job of containing him. Fisk does what he's supposed to do to sort of guard the draw and get away from Robbins quick enough to make that play against Gannon. But Gannon over his career has been a runner. Now he's about to put up some of the best passing stats we've ever seen in this league.
He empties the backfield on 3rd and 12 inside the 42 of San Diego after Brees was intercepted. Gannon, the second option, sidearm swing pass downfield, incomplete. I believe he was aiming for Rice, who's on an E right now at the 28. Ryan McNeil, the veteran, was there, guarding the Hall of Famer to be Rice. And once again, the Oakland Raiders have got a punt.
Jerry Rice is doing a little lobbying. Ryan McNeil working against him one-on-one, doesn't like it. Just trips up in the legs. That's incidental contact. Early might have been a little case of McNeil holding with that cast hand. But McNeil did a nice job.
Raiders squander some pretty decent position. Leckler, it's a punt again. Second straight punt, second straight 3 and out, aiming for the corner. And he's in the end zone. To the touchback. So the interception for Terrence Shaw does not come back to bite the San Diego Chargers. And they breathe a sigh of relief. Yeah, they're early in the second quarter. They're down 10-0. Gorgeous view, gorgeous scenic of the Shelter Island Marina, part of San Diego Bay. 10-0 Raiders on top. A rushing touchdown by Charlie Garner. After the Raider punt, down and 10. And no gain on the play for Tomlinson. Lost perhaps a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11. And tonight on 60 Minutes,
Up there, Sam Adams penetrated 3 yards into the backfield. And Sam Adams and John Perella, Charger, are the reason this Charger team right now can't run it inside.
They are too big to be moving that fast.
He's too big for that face mask and that helmet, I'll tell you that. That face wants out.
2nd down 11 from the 19. Brees, nice defensive play by Torrey James. As they're going outside to their tight end, Steven Alexander.
Yeah, I talked about Drew Brees earlier being diamonds for this organization, and Drew Brees has to kind of settle down because his receivers are in a spot. But right now, James and the defenders for the Oakland Raiders, especially outside, he and Terrence Shaw, are just about a step ahead of wherever he's throwing the ball.
You look for big things today from the tight end, Steven Alexander, for San Diego?
Well, absolutely, especially after they inactivated Curtis Conway. And so far, you know, Steven Alexander hasn't sniffed a pass.
He's going to be back there now blocking. It's 3rd down and 11 from the 19 for Brees. And down the middle, and he's got wide receiver Eric Parker weaving through the secondary and grabbed by Rod Woodson. He has a down up to the San Diego 46 on 3rd and 11, Randy. He picks up 28 yards.
Hey, you couldn't ask for a better illustration of why the people here in San Diego are so excited about Drew Brees. Because Parker runs a decent route, but that ball is absolutely ripped through the Oakland Raider defense. And Drew Brees has got the ability to just lift this offense. You know, as much of the doldrums as they've been in this so far today, one play like that can give them the jolt they need to come back alive.
Now they got some much-needed breathing space at their 47. It's 1st and 10. They got Caldwell on the move. The fake around to him. Here comes Ron Coleman, who is held. And a pass going to Tomlinson. Pushed out of bounds by Napoleon Harris. And it's a gain of 8 on the play. Did you see the hold? I saw the hold.
Yeah, that was an incredible hold. That was blatant by Finoti, the right guard out of Nebraska, practically tackled Coleman. I mean, look, watch Coleman right here, 57. Finoti's the right guard, 71. Coleman's getting away. I mean, that's just when in doubt. For jersey, pants, belt, whatever you can get your big hands on.
And he's got big hands.
And he got away with it, so I guess it was just good technique.
It's 2nd down and 2. First play run in Oakland territory by San Diego's offense today. Tomlinson on the draw. He's got the first down. And then belted out of bounds by Brandon Jennings. First down, gain of 11 on the play, and that's the Tomlinson that has been sparkling here in San Diego all season long.
And that's the offensive line for the Chargers that's doing what they've been doing well, and that's getting great blocks inside from Finoti, the guard, and Jason Ball setting up everything outside. In that case, it was Damian McIntosh at tackle, creating that crease, and that's exactly what we're talking about with LaDainian Tomlinson. You know, 5 yards, not much. 5 carries, not much. 10 carries, not much. Number 12 might be 80 yards.
34-yard line of the Raiders, and San Diego has it 1st and 10. Brees with play action. Coleman again chasing him. Flag is thrown. That could be a hold right there, and the wobbly pass, as you see, goes incomplete.
It looked like it started off with an offsides, but Hantag's going to call this a hold in the Chargers offense, but they have to admit it's only 2 plays late.
Hey, by the way, we have got some gigantic offensive linemen in this game.
Well, and none bigger than Finoti, the right guard for the Oakland Raiders at 350-ish.
Number 71, 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down. First down.
And Tanui Finoti, number 71. See, there he's right. See, he's so big, he barely fits in that circle I put on the screen.
Rookie out of Nebraska, the youngest player in the National Football League at 21 years of age. It's 1st and 20 with the penalty. Back to the 44 of the Raiders. Brees, pretty good time, and dumps it across the middle. Reeled in by Tomlinson. He was grabbed by Romanowski and the other linebacker, Harris. A gain of 5 to the 38-yard line of Oakland. Injury update for the Raiders. Torrey James has left the field and gone into the locker room, and that's why Brandon Jennings has been out there in the secondary. And there's Charles Woodson. He's not. He hurt an ankle last week against the Jets.
Well, maybe their defensive coach, Willie Brown, the Hall of Famer, is the next corner to come onto the field.
He could still play.
Oh,
he looks terrific.
He looks like it. But that's a big deal. I mean, you keep your receivers going. We talk about San Diego being short of receivers, but Oakland's running out of corners.
2nd down, 15 from the Raider 39. They got Coleman again coming up the middle, and again he pressures Brees to throw it outside and away. Coleman is having his way inside the line of San Diego. It'll be 3rd and 15.
Defensive left tackle is Coleman, 57. Comes right through the inside shoulder of Sammy Williams, number 79, right through the shoulder. So he's having a little buffet today. A little Finoti, a little Williams, and a lot of Brees.
Little olive oil on that Finoti's not bad.
And he might sprinkle in a little ball to center every once in a while, but it's the 3rd time the Chargers have faced 3rd and 10 this early in this game, and that's not Charger football.
San Diego's going to burn their first timeout. Trying to move, down 10-0. Drew Brees in his offense. San Diego in the midst of their most significant offensive drive of the afternoon.
And the reason it is the most significant is guys like Eric Barton and Coleman, 57, have been sort of the, below the radar guys. You want to talk about Woodson, you want to talk about Romanowski, you want to talk about Trace Armstrong. What's been those two right now that have stuffed the San Diego offense?
It's 3rd down and 15 after the San Diego timeout. 8th play of the drive. Chargers at the Raider 39. They blow that dead. Another flag is down.
False start. Offense, number 88. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
And to the sideline in Beasley Reese.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. I have a report on Tory James, number 20 of the Raiders. He is in the locker room with a sore ankle for evaluation. As you know, he's made 2 of the best plays in this game at cornerback, and Jennings, number 39, Brandon Jennings, in replacement. Back to you.
All right, thank you. Jennings was just signed to the active roster in late October.
And Tory James came into the game with a bad ankle. So you're talking all backups. Oakland has got to be careful. If I'm San Diego, I'm going after the new guy.
44-yard line, 3rd and 20 for Breeze. On the run, being chased. Travion Smith had the beat on Breeze. Forced him out of bounds, and again, they can't do anything with it. And for a 3rd time in 4 possessions, the Chargers have got a punt.
Well, the best solution, if you're light on defensive backs and you're not sure how well your corners can really handle Marty Schottenheimer's offense, what do you do for the Raiders? Go get Drew Brees and put pressure on him. And they're doing a wonderful job of taking the San Diego offensive line apart right now.
37-year-old Aussie Darren Bennett to punt. Tim Brown back inside the 15. Great punt, high, hanging, and well placed at the 11. And fair caught by Brown back there. 33-yard punt. Raiders will get it back up on a touchdown run and a 51-yard field goal. San Diego just punted. Raiders will have it. Looking for Junior Seau on this drive.
That's not him. Oh, there he is, right there. He's the guy that for the Chargers for a decade or so, he puts on the pom-poms, and he can be the emotional spark for this team because they need it.
From the 11, 1st and 10. And sings a pass in the direction of Jerry Rice. The coverage there by Edwards along with Quentin Jammer, a rookie. It's 2nd down and 10. The Raiders, Randy, are coming off 2 consecutive series of 3 and out.
And the reason is this San Diego defense, especially the defensive backs, McNeil and Jammer, have played a lot more physical, a lot more up in the receivers' faces. They're not giving him space to run around. That's a real key with this Raider receiving group.
2nd and 10 from the 11. Gannon has missed his last 4. Flies it outside. Rice bobbled it. Incomplete pass. Rice could not hold on. That's a rarity.
Well, Jammer was there again against Jerry Rice, and last time these 2 teams played, Quentin Jammer had kind of a starstruck look on his face. Oh, gee, that's Jerry. How do I play against him? And he got beat some. Well, he's being more aggressive, and he's not too worried about who he's playing against. Right now, Jammer's just playing against number 80.
3rd down and 10 from the 11. Here comes Dingle. He got blocked. And there's the pass. Dropped again. Incomplete. Jerry Rice across the middle. Covered on the play by Keith Lyle. And for a 3rd consecutive time, the Raiders will have to punt. 3 and out. Gannon can't move them.
Well, I hope for the Chargers' sake that their offense was watching the work their defense is doing against Jerry Rice in this offense. Everybody's in the right spot. Edwards is where he's supposed to be. And more importantly, when you get a Raider in a position where you can hit him, smack him.
Chargers are going to get some decent field position. Leckler's punt, not that good. Dwight will wave it off. It sails out of bounds.
It stunk. Don't be so nice.
We're talking about the 8th best punter right now statistically in the NFL. Out of bounds it goes. They'll mark him at the 45, which will be the best beginning field position for San Diego today.
Drew Brees' fiancee, Brittany.
1st and 10 from the 45. The fake end around. It's Tomlinson trying to slip his way, and he's grabbed by former Charger John Perella. Gain of 2 to the 43.
And this is all about taking advantage of the field position, like I just said. And, you know, big guys like McIntosh and Fanotti and all inside and Garmin at left guard. This offensive line for the San Diego Chargers have got to be the difference. I keep hammering it, and I tell you, it's the gospel. Believe it. For the Chargers, if this line gets beat like they've been beat, they don't have a chance. In order to win, this line has to take control.
Drew Brees has started every game this season. 2nd down 8. Here comes the blitz. He has to go outside. And that was authored by Anthony Dorsett, who came streaming up the middle. And a lot of pressure applied, but Dorsett was the one that kicked it into gear and was sent on the fly by Bill Callahan.
Game plan so far, San Diego's offense, perfectly.
It's 3rd down and 8 from the 43. Breeze moving up in the pocket and fires a pass with a great catch made at the 26-yard line. Brought down by Eric Parker. That is his 3rd reception today on 3rd down.
Well, I'll tell you what, Drew Brees, I know we just showed his fiancée on TV, but he ought to kiss Eric Parker, because that was not a very...
Mid-October. Now he is starting. Curtis Conway missing a 3rd straight game today. 17-yard gain to the 27. 1st and 10. Steven Alexander, the tight end, makes his 29th reception of the season. It's a gain of 7. He came with Marty Schottenheimer from the Redskins. He was a Pro Bowler back in 2000, and he advances the ball to the Oakland 19.
And you're seeing him used a little bit differently. The pass, you beat him with the run.
Torrey James back in the game for the Raiders. 2nd down and 3. Cooper may have been offsides. And the 19th flag is down. There we see a big hit by Napoleon Harris, the rookie of Northwestern. Tomlinson and Harris have some words, and they blow that one dead.
Offside. Defense, number 75. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
And that was just an example.
Zone, as Marty Schottenheimer calls it. At the 14-yard line, 1st and 10. Dwight on the move. Tomlinson, a block from McCrary on Romanowski, and he burrows his way to about the 11-yard line. Picks up 2. Cooper falls on well. 2nd down.
Yards can be huge by the time you hit 3rd down.
2nd down and a long 7. Chargers at the Raider 12. Fake to Tomlinson. Breeze to the end zone. Incomplete. Flag all over the end zone. They were going for Eric Parker, the rookie free agent. That ball whistled over his head. It looked like he was getting handcuffed by some Raiders secondary players.
That's one thing the Raiders as a group, as a defense, do way too much of, is holding and grabbing. They don't have to. They're talented, but they do it anyway.
Defense, number 33. The foul took place in the end zone by Rule, replacing the ball on the 1-yard line. 1st down.
Parker would have to make a circus catch to get it.
Joey Goodspeed is in with Tomlinson. It's 1st and goal. Tomlinson. And they have not made the call. He is shy of the end zone, shy of the goal line. 2nd down and goal inside the 1.
Right at Coleman, 57, right at the strength of this team. Let's see who's best.
McCrary now comes in the backfield. 2nd and goal. Tomlinson flies into the end zone for a Charger touchdown.
There's 2 angles here. You got the low road and you got the high road. The low road's blocked. The high road's open.
If you can fly, why go anywhere else? Extra point by Christie, and the Chargers are on the board.
Really, from a game standpoint, from a fundamental standpoint, the Raiders play this well. Look at the penetration. They've got penetration, but the 2nd-story window was left open, and LaDainian dives through it. San Diego defense has become more physical.
James Tuthill's kickoff. Marcus Knight, flag is down, and tackled by Carlos Polk at about the 29-yard line. The flag is resting at the opposite 31, 32.
That's screaming offside San Diego.
Yeah.
Carlos Polk with the tackle.
Credit the San Diego defense as much as their offense, because that is what gave their offense the possession in such great territory in Oakland 44-yard line to start that
Offside.
drive.
Number 52 on the kicking team. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the kick.
You know, tough.
Marcus Knight awaits the Tuthill kick, now back from his 25-yard line. It's a line drive, ugly-looking kick on a run at the 21. It's Knight, who had a 65-yard return to begin the game. A 16-yard return right there.
Down by Jesse Chapman.
Jesse Chapman, who is a reserve running back makes the stop. A return on the play of 16 yards.
Went 45 yards in 7 plays, using 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Scoring on a 1-yard touchdown.
And really, the Raiders' struggles offensively, Kevin, haven't been about mistakes, which is unusual. It's really been about the San Diego Chargers defense making the Raiders' offense ineffective.
37-yard line for Rich Gannon, who's got it first down and 10. Porter's on the move. And Gannon right to work. And to the side. Caught by tight end, which has been his favorite target so far, Doug Jolly. 16-yard reception. Knocked out of bounds in San Diego territory at about the 47-yard line. Harrison covered.
And Doug Jolly just is like about the 4th receiver coming through the basic area. We see he eventually catches the pass, and that's the key that makes this Oakland Raiders offense, when it gets going well, so difficult. You take away Brown, you take away Rice, you take away Porter, you're physical, you're stopping Charlie Garner, then there's Doug Jolly to take care of.
Well, 62 yards, already a career high. We're still in the first half. 47 of San Diego, 1st and 10. Here comes Harrison, and a little push pass by Gannon as he hits Garner, and he then takes it for 12 down to the 35 of San Diego. A shovel pass, whatever it was effective because they got the first down.
Well, we talked about the Nextel halftime show. Dan Marino was a master at this very thing. You don't have to move far to be an effective scrambler. Gannon just kind of squirted ahead to get away from Rodney Harrison and just sort of flips the ball to Charlie Garner. Good defensive call with the blitz by Harrison. Better execution by Gannon getting away from the blitz.
Garner's had a terrific season. 35 of San Diego. It is a first down for the Raiders. And here comes Charlie Garner running outside. Gets around Jammer, then knocked out of bounds by Harrison. Harrison, may recall, in that first game, had a big hit on Jerry Rice, with which sent him to the league office and a fine of over $100,000. This time he knocks on the door of Charlie Garner.
And it was against Jerry Rice. I'll tell you what, if this was against Jerry Porter and not Jerry Rice, I'm not sure if it's a fine and the suspension happens, but credit that one as a cumulative hits kind of an award for an unpaid vacation by Harrison.
He's got a reputation.
But so far, Tim Brown with only 1 catch so far for the Raiders.
2nd down 4, 29-yard line of San Diego. Gannon to Tyrone Wheatley. And then grabbed in the play by Lieber, who is a rookie linebacker. Flag was thrown in that fray, as you saw it.
That will hold against the Raiders.
With the stop. Assisted by Junior Seau.
There are some great matchups today. Offensive line of Oakland, defensive line of San Diego. Marcellus Wiley and Lincoln Kennedy, one of those interesting matchups.
It's basically, it's physical against style.
Offense, number 63. 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down. 2nd down.
It's a matter of strength, and if Lincoln has his way, he will lay on you. And when he lays on you for 4 quarters, by the end of the game, you are spent.
Looks like it's been a draw so far.
Absolutely.
2nd and 14 from the 39 with the penalty in tow. Gannon winding up, going deep, down the side, looking for Rice, guarded by the rookie Jammer. No yellow on the field, incomplete pass, and Jammer hit Rice twice in this first half very well.
Remember what I said, making the big plays when it has to.
Gannon empties the backfield on 3rd and 14 from the 39. Here comes Wiley. Gannon fires a pass to the side where it's caught by Marcus Knight. Out of bounds. Jammer was there. Had to get to the 5. And he picks up 8. Did he get into field goal range with that completion? Yes, he did. Here comes Janikowski.
Anything with it.
Afternoon.
The key on a long field goal, penetration inside and get your hands up for the block.
49-yard try. Leckler to hold. And he has the distance, but not the accuracy. Missing wide. And now San Diego's got some pretty decent field position with that miss.
Yeah, they got a little oomph.
Yeah.
You know, a little oomph for the defense. You know, Bill Callahan's kicker misses, and, you know, the offense high-fives the defense as they run off the field. And Sebastian Janikowski, you saw plenty of leg. I mean, this had been good from about 55, 60 yards. It was the aim that was a little bit off, and it gave the San Diego defense this opportunity and a choice.
From the 39. 1st and 10. Breeze wanting to go deep and does. Down the side. Almost caught. Incomplete. Looking for Eric Parker.
That was a nice job by Terrence Shaw. Never turned for the ball, watching the receiver's eyes, waving his arms and keeping him away from the ball. Marty Schottenheimer's influence. This team has won the close games this year because of the man standing on the sideline for the Chargers.
Second down and 10 from the 5. Woodson comes up from his safety, and here goes Tomlinson careening off one Raider after another, picking up 6 up to the 45, and that will
third down.
It's third down and 4. We're at the 2-minute warning from the 45. Drew Brees. Fake to Tomlinson, a block by McIntosh, and a pass incomplete and intercepted on the deflection, picked off by Rod Woodson. That's his 6th of the season. He is number 2 in the NFL. And it's the second time that Brees has been picked off today.
There, Rashae Caldwell got held by Torrey James, who was back on the field at corner for the Oakland Raiders. Nothing was called, and
yep. So on the second interception by Brees, although on a ricochet, Raiders at the 49, first and 10.
Rich Gannon changing the play.
Oakland has 2 timeouts. Outside they go. Jerry Rice, his second reception of the day, slithering for 6, grabbed by Harrison to the San Diego 45.
You ever squeezed a little bead of?
Yeah.
You know, at times that's what kind of getting this Oakland Raider offense between your fingers is like, because they can adjust. That was a Jerry Rice adjustment to Rich Gannon's audible.
Second down and 4 from the 45. Being chased by a host of Chargers, and he gets out of bounds, preserving his timeout. McNeil there to shove him out of bounds. Picks up a first down. He's to the Charger 36.
And Kevin, the reason this game was 10-7 and the Raiders were being so frustrated was Junior Seau and the San Diego Chargers defense was squeezing that little bead of mercury, and Rodney Harrison was finding a way to be physical, and the corners like Jammer were finding a way to be aggressive. Well, the last couple plays, San Diego hasn't been too aggressive. They've been actually pretty passive.
And right before halftime, this is a pretty important possession and perhaps defensive stand as you go on both sides of the ball. First and 10, 36. Whoops.
Charlie was leaving and Sims was backing up. And Junior Seau was helping him call that penalty.
False start. Offense, number 56. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Be aggressive. That's your strength.
13 years in the NFL for Seau. First and 15. Push it back to the 41. Kennedy with a good block. Riley. Dumping outside. Garner is drilled by Alex Molden. And a gain of about 1.5 yards, and that's it. Molden played that well.
And down the field, the rest of the defense played it equally well and equally aggressive. That's how you really frustrate this Oakland Raider defense. You get in their grill, you get right in their face, and you make them work for everything they get.
Second down, 14. He dumps it incomplete. Flag is down at the 38. 2 timeouts remaining for the Oakland Raiders and 2 for San Diego. This is against
a little false start.
Look at Mark Trestman there with that card, the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, trust me, there's nothing on that card that says 2nd and 17, I do.
What?
And Rice. This is when they're the most dangerous. This is when they pop the big plays.
Both teams have 5 penalties. 3rd and 14 from the 40. Gannon winds and throws, and it's caught on the side by Rice. He's got the first. Working on the rookie Jammer. It's a 15-yard pickup on 3rd and 14 to the 25.
You want to know exactly how dangerous Jerry Rice can be when he's wounded, when this offense is frustrated. Well, the secret is most of the time this offense does not get frustrated. Jerry's been around so long and been as successful as he is because he knows about 8 different ways to do the same thing. That was way number 5.
Raiders well within Janikowski field goal range. First and 10 from the 25. 2 timeouts remaining. 46 seconds on the second quarter clock. Gannon, here comes Wiley. The ball deflected, ricocheted, incomplete.
See, Kevin, the key here really is you talk about these points. Remember these points. Remember that turnover.
Holding. Offense, number 72. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
He held Wiley.
There's a one play that makes the difference.
Now push it back to the 35 where it's first and 20. Gannon Rayleigh Johnson had him, but Garner got the pass, and there he goes on the run, a block by Rice, and he's down to the 11-yard line of San Diego. A sensational run after the short throw by Gannon, and Charlie Garner races 24 yards with a little blocking help from Jerry Rice along the way.
Or is the big play, the poise and execution of Rich Gannon, the blocking of the offensive line on a screen in front of Charlie Garner, ability to make the difference once he gets the ball in his hand, and the old guy Jerry Rice out there in front of it all making a key block.
Shy of the 10, so it's 1st and 10. They can't get a first down. Brown is on the move. Gannon blocked by Kennedy, incomplete, looking for John Ritchie, the fullback. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
They worked on these plays for the last 6 months. This is payoff time.
Interception by Woodson set up this 2nd down and 10 at the 11. Gannon, and here comes Carter. And Wiley in the pass caught by Tim Brown inside the 5. Maybe a little frustration there as he spiked that ball. His 2nd reception of the day, 2nd time they have thrown to him. He's inside the 3, where it's 3rd and a couple.
In this situation for the Raiders.
Wheatley is in, 3rd and long. 1 to go. They didn't get a first down on this. Gannon, a block by Ritchie, incomplete. To Rice, the jammer.
Tim Brown was open early. Rich Gannon just couldn't get him the ball fast enough in the flat with a quick arrow, a quick strike. These 3 points.
20-yard field goal try by Janikowski. And the Raiders do cash in on the Woodson interception. All going out a touchdown like they were aiming for. They do put 3 on the board in a game like this. That could be huge. And they lead it 13-7.
Raiders 13, Chargers 7.
Road to fundamentals and techniques.
Janikowski on the ground, and Jenkins will let it bounce by. I mean, not let it bounce by, but it does bounce by. He gets it inside the 5, and then he's doused by Tim Johnson. Well, speaking of Randy Cross's background, congratulations.
And I won a national meet. But it was a great career. Don't let the facts get in the way of a good story.
It was a great story. I was on a roll then. I was on a roll.
Well, so are the teams.
Especially the Raiders.
Thanks for mentioning this.
Yes.
Marty Schottenheimer and his football team, I think, facing uphill here.
Yards timeout. This is a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, see the Hollywood signs up there in the upper right.
Raiders have a timeout.
Come out.
And they want to call another timeout. With 2 seconds to play.
To the title.
Breeze will get the snap from his rookie free agent center Jason. That'll be it. And some chatting after that play. John Perella, who played from '94 to last year with San Diego, number 97 there for the Raiders, having a conversation with some of his ex-teammates. Drew Brees throws 2 interceptions. And let's go downstairs to Beasley Reese.
Coach, just give me your quick impressions of the first half.
We've had far too many penalties, put ourselves in tough situations. We're continuing to battle. We're within a touchdown of being on the lead.
Thank you, Coach. Just say to the guys in the locker room, that's a good first half of football.
Yeah, it is. It's an excellent half, in fact. We got to come out and duplicate the same type of effort we had in the first half. Our run defense was outstanding, and controlling and containing number 21 is going to be the key to the second half.
You've got some injuries at cornerback. Any concern there?
Obviously, you know, our entire secondary didn't practice the whole week, and we're concerned, but I think Chuck's doing a great job mixing the coverages right now.
Thank you, Coach.
Chuck is Chuck Bresnahan, the defensive coordinator of the Raiders.
And the Raiders are doing a good job making San Diego be something they aren't. Drew Brees has passed the ball 20 times already. He only threw it 25 times last time they played. And Tomlinson's got 27 yards. Last time he was the difference.
Janikowski's kickoff goes by good speed and out of bounds at about the 7 or 8. Ronnie Jenkins drilled on the play by reserve running back Randy Jordan. Nice special teams play by Jordan, and through 30 minutes of football, here are some of the numbers.
And I talk about being something you're not, and San Diego is a running team. San Diego is trying to take advantage of the fact that Bill Callahan doesn't have healthy defensive backs. They don't have healthy corners. Well, you're not a down-the-field passing team. What you are is a team that beats people up with a big physical offensive line in LaDainian Tomlinson, and you let Drew Brees throw off play action. He can pick his spots. He's 9 of 20 in the first half.
Now from the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. The pitch out goes to Tomlinson. A block by McCrary. A tackle made by Romanowski at about the 24. It's a gain of 4. Setting up 2nd down and 6 to go. And Romanowski with some words after the play.
Well, that's just Bill Romanowski being the tough physical football player that he is. I know a lot of people say he's cheap and a lot of people say he's dirty. Most of those people are tight ends, wide receivers, and running backs that run into Bill Romanowski, because the kind of way you've got to treat a LaDainian Tomlinson. You've got to go after him, and when you meet him, you've got to meet him with some intent to drive him backwards.
2nd and 6 from the 24. Brees, the short drop and the quick throw, right on the money, caught by Eric Parker. He was brought down by Dorsett. Gain of 10, 1st down to the 33.
First down, Chargers.
That's another example of what the Chargers are. They're not throwing down the field. What they are is Drew Brees being accurate, and Drew Brees getting the short passing game to go with his running game. Marty Schottenheimer's football team has gotten to 8-4 and gotten into this tie in the AFC West division by being more physical usually than the other teams. Right now, the Raiders are much more physical than the Chargers.
Charles Woodson out today with an injury. On the 34, 1st and 10. Good block by Tomlinson. Outside it goes to tight end Josh Norman, and the rookie free agent out of Oklahoma galloping down the side to the Raider 40-yard line. It's only his 12th catch of the season. He picks up a career-high 27 yards on the play and a 1st down for San Diego.
Nice job by Drew Brees of recognizing what his play action sets up, and that's a wide open Norman. Tight end basically in a wide receiver spot, because the Chargers came into this game with only 3 healthy wide receivers. They have to use the former Oklahoma Sooner as a wide receiver.
There's James Lofton, a good guy to be tutoring those receivers and tight ends. 1st and 10 from the 40. Dwight is on the move. Brees is with his offense as well. Tomlinson trying to follow a block by Michael Keithley, who is now in on that offensive line, number 61. So some changes for the San Diego Chargers, and a gain on the play of 4, setting up 2nd down and 6. Keithley is 2 years out of TCU.
And if that's what works, if that's what gets this offense going, is to change the offensive lineup a little bit, then so be it. Finotti wasn't at right tackle, been called a couple times for holding. He's not in there now.
2nd down and 6 from the 36. Tomlinson, who just on that last play broke a Charger single season rushing record, was previously held by Netrone Means. So Tomlinson has had that kind of season. 1,354 yards. He had a great season last year in 2001, as you can see. And then Marion Butts began it all in 1990.
And that's through about 12 and a half.
Right.
He is going to shatter that record. It would be kind of ironic if the Chargers stopped the game, kind of like Tim Brown on Monday night, where they stopped the game for his 1,000th.
Yeah.
A little 5-minute break here. Sorry, just take a rest.
Down in 5. Jets didn't like that at all from the Raider 35. Outside it goes. Reeled in by tight end Steven Alexander. It's a gain of 4, about a yard shy of a 1st down, as they chipped away at that Raider defense to the 31.
Now they're making their living on the edges on 4th down.
4th and 1 from the Raider 31. Justin Peele, the tight end, in motion. Tomlinson, McCrary a block. And no place to run, no place to hide. Anthony Dorsett knocks him down, but a contingent with him, led by linebacker Eric Barton. And so on a change of possession, stopping him on 4th and 1, the Raiders take over.
There's times to live on the edges. It's not 4th down. You run straight ahead.
Defense stopped the San Diego Chargers on 4th and 1. The Raider offense takes over from the 34. 1st and 10. They try to dump it away. The pressure was coming up the middle from Jason Fisk. And there is no yellow on the field, although Gannon is pleading his case with our referee Dick Hantak. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Let's see what set up this Raider possession.
Well, the way you want to go about it is straight ahead. You want to go this way. What the Raiders did was DeLawrence Grant working at the right defensive end. Look at the job he does. Williams can't hook him. McCrary can't lead block him. And the reason Dorsett can get up there and force that way is DeLawrence Grant does a textbook job of stringing out a play.
2nd down and 10 from the 34. Gannon, second option. And that's the tight end, Jolly, who's had a career day, breaking one tackle, then racing to the side where Marcellus Wiley ushers him out of bounds. 9-yard pickup, close to a 1st down, up at about the 43-yard line. His 4th catch and a career-high 71 yards today.
And one thing San Diego has to be extremely aware of right now is the Raiders' ability on a first possession of a half. When they get that ball in the first possession of a half, the last 4 games in a row, they've scored a touchdown. They know how to set the pace and the tempo of a half.
3rd down and 1, shy of the 43. Short drop and outside he goes. Ryan McNeil is over there covering Tim Brown, who makes the grab, gets the 1st down, and is to the Charger 48 on 3rd and 1. He picks up 9.
You know, what else can you say besides great play, Oakland Raiders? Gannon throws it in a great spot. Tim Brown catches the ball falling away, and Ryan McNeil has nothing to be ashamed of. He's exactly where he was supposed to be. There's certain plays and certain passes that are indefensible.
Ritchie and Garner in the eye from the Charger 48, 1st and 10. Charlie Garner. There's a block by Collins. Tries to go outside. Alex Molden played that well, shutting the door, shutting the corner. Keith Weil was there on the play. A loss of about a yard on the play. 2nd down. We'll call it a long 10, short 11.
You know, one place I'm surprised Charlie Garner and the Raiders haven't done more business is inside against this San Diego defense. You know, they lost Jamal Williams last week on a cheap shot by Steve Herndon, the Denver Broncos offensive lineman, and that really weakened them inside. And it's somewhere you got to figure, if you're Charlie Garner and you're this Raiders line, you've got to really come back and do a little recall and test that defense inside for the Chargers.
2nd down 11 inside the 49. Across the middle, dropped. Tough day for Rice, who's had a lot of balls thrown his way, almost 10. Maybe that was number 9 thrown to him. He's only caught a couple. Last against Denver, Jamal Williams was clipped by Stephen Herndon. Williams suffered a dislocated ankle, sidelining him for the rest of the season. Had surgery earlier this week.
That was the cheapest shot. The pregame show talked about it today. That's the cheapest shot I've seen in a long time.
How about
ends the guy's season? The heck, I mean, the Warren Sapp thing was just kind of unnecessary. That was clean and legit. That is chicken bleed.
I love it. He's emptied the backfield, but everybody's jumping, although Rayleigh Johnson is saying someone flinched. Now let's see if he was induced on that 3rd and 11 play.
Well, usually the inducing here can be done by Rich Gannon, and his voice alone can bring defenses off the line
Offside.
of scrimmage.
Defense unabated. 96. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd out.
3rd and 11 goes to foul. 3rd and 6.
Well, the guy to watch it is Rich Gannon himself. Watch his shoulders and his head. Watch him hunch and move. When he gets things going, that head and those shoulders move, those defensive ends are looking for those little keys. And that's his key. And Rayleigh said, I saw a key, I went.
Brett Favre does that well up in Green Bay. They're down in 6 with the penalty now inside the Chargers 45.
The technical term is head bob.
Yes.
Usually a penalty on the quarterback.
Sims with a nice block in time for Gannon, who slides one off to the side, dropped by fullback John Ritchie. And some shoving after the play. Raiders have got a punt, and that was a pretty important defensive stand for the San Diego Chargers.
Well, the defense has done the job today. With Rich Gannon and this offense coming into this game with the stats they've had, you know, Gannon coming in with the, number of 300-yard games, 9 coming in, needing 1 more to set the all-time record for a season. This defense has frustrated the Raiders offense.
And remember, the Chargers are number 27 in defense. The Raiders number 1 on offense. The punt to Dwight at the 15 from Leckler. Gets by the first wave, gets a block, being chased by Knight. And Leckler, the punter, bends him out of bounds. But not after Tim Dwight, who came in that trade with Atlanta, returns it 38 yards, and that's exactly what the Chargers needed.
Charger fans got to be saying, what do you got for me now?
The picture of Santa in Balboa Park, which, by the way, was the original home of the Chargers back in 1960, early 60s sometime.
Well, Kevin, this is the second time San Diego's gotten the ball in Raiders territory to start. Last time they scored a touchdown.
47-yard line of the Raiders, 1st and 10. Tomlinson end around Dwight. Breeze throwing a block on Grant. And upended. Wow, he was upended hard on the play by Torrey James. And a gain of 2 for Tim Dwight. That's his 10th carry as a wide receiver this season.
And he's sort of one of the missing guys out of that whole deal with the Michael Vick, LaDainian Tomlinson. You know, the rare win-win trade. You know, Atlanta's got to be ecstatic about Michael Vick. Maybe not today, but those Falcons are the team they are because of him. And with Tomlinson here and Tim Dwight here and getting, you know, Tomlinson meant they could draft Drew Brees. I mean, John Butler, the general manager here in San Diego, has built a very impressive talent pool.
45-yard line, 2nd down and 8. Tomlinson, there's the hole he's been searching for all day. Slashing up the middle to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 15 yards. LaDainian Tomlinson, Woodson with the tackle.
Nothing real complicated. Take the ball and run straight ahead as fast as you can and show people why when you've getting stuffed for 2.5 a crack, they shouldn't get too excited about you being stopped running the ball. That
is all right here starting 8/7 Central on CBS. It is a 1st down for Breeze. Down the side he goes. Intercepted by Torrey James. The 3rd interception thrown by Drew Brees today. And he was whacked after the go. Just when it looked like the Charger offense was beginning to find their stride.
Well, Jerry Rice hasn't been hit this squarely in the numbers all day long by Rich Gannon. Trying to get the ball to Tim Dwight. Torrey James jumps underneath the route. That's just a floating pass. That's an example of not having exactly the bullet arm, trying to be a little too exact and not delivering it with the zip that needed to be delivered. Plenty of protection. He got the late crack down there at the ankles by Coleman, who's been the bane of his existence all day.
3 different defensive backs have made interceptions for the Raiders today. 1st and 10, Garner. He bounces outside. No play to run. Fisk was there along with a host of others. Marcellus Wiley, Junior Seau. Let's go to Jim Nantz in our studios in New York. Close to a 1,000-yard receiving season. 2nd down and 13. Outside the 10. Gannon. That was held on to nicely out of the backfield by running back Charlie Gardner, who has an AFC high among running backs in terms of receptions. 4 today and 77 for the season. All right, the AFC.
Because Denver's far from dead in New York.
Outside the 16, it's 3rd and 6 for Rich Gannon. Gardner in the backfield with Richie. Again with time and again right on the money to Jerry Rice in open field. And chased by Lyle and chased by Harrison and brought down at the 27-yard line. A 56-yard catch and run by Hall of Famer to be Jerry Rice.
Well, remember what I said about Rich Gannon hasn't hit Jerry Rice in stride in the numbers as well as Torrey James hit by Drew Brees? Well, I guess I got to take that back as Rich Gannon gets the perfect protection, a great execution, and Quentin Jammer just loses track of Jerry Rice trying to come underneath on that pass. Superlatives are run out. They're dry when you talk about Jerry Rice.
27-yard line, 1st and 10. The pitch out to Charlie Garner. Grabbed by Edwards and Molden and brought down. And is to the 26-yard line, a gain of a yard. 2nd down and 9.
You know, Don Edwards, too, is a ball player for the defense of San Diego that, you know, probably hasn't gotten the attention he deserves. Came here this year free agent-wise. Kansas City decided they weren't going to keep him. He comes here with a pickup. It's hard to decide if he's left a bigger hole in Kansas City or been a bigger plus here in San Diego, and is a guy that's long overdue for Pro Bowl recognition.
2nd and 9 from the 26. Sims with the block for Gannon. And they got Rice again wide open with a first down to the 14-yard line and grabbed by Ryan McNeil, a gain of 12.
Well, remember about how aggressive San Diego was being? Well, if you're going to be aggressive, stay on Jerry Rice. What in the heck is that? There's blown coverage and there's bad defense and there's what in the heck is that? And I guess that comes under what in the heck is that? I mean, there was nobody even close to him.
First half, Rice had 29. He's got 69 in the second half. He's now like at the 14, first and 10.
He's like Tomlinson. He gets stronger as the game goes on.
Indeed, he does. Gannon being chased. Here comes Fisk. And he throws it away, wisely so. The elusive Rich Gannon will turn 37 later this month and playing as well as any quarterback his age has ever played in the game.
Hey, you don't think that guy isn't the leader of this Oakland Raider offense? You don't think he's learned a lot through the course of his career and how to get guys fired up?
Flag was down at about the 2-yard line.
Doing a little teaching there to Jerry Porter, the young wide receiver.
Holding. Defense, number 47. 5-yard penalty. First down.
It's on McNeil.
And see, in this kind of offense, it almost makes you hold the receivers when the pocket breaks down and the quarterback moves, because Marty Schottenheimer knows that this offense and its receivers are so well schooled to react to the quarterback. And once they start reacting to the quarterback, things break down, defensive backs get nervous, and they have to hold just out of an instinct.
It's first and goal at the 9. Tyrone Wheatley is in the backfield with Ritchie. And that's Brown to the bottom of your screen. Tyrone Wheatley. And he pierces the 5 and is down to the 3 and a gain of 7. That was the epitome of hitting the hole hard and fast.
Well, New York had the old thunder and lightning with Dane and Barber years ago, or 3 or 4 years ago. How about this combination of Garner and Wheatley? He's got the kind of the shimmering hiccup kind of runner, and Charlie Garner is such a great receiver, and Tyrone Wheatley, who's just a bludgeoning type of a runner.
Wheatley gained 1,000 2 years ago. The drive began back on the 13 for the Raiders after the interception. Second and goal at the 2. Wheatley again. And carves his way inside the 1. Lieber is there and Harrison. Raiders have it, third and goal at the 1. Raiders just called a timeout. Crockett in the backfield, and he gets the call. And he plunges into the end zone for another Raider rushing touchdown.
Kevin, that's the 6th time this year Zach Crockett has carried the ball on 3rd and 1. The other 5 were first downs. That time he got the first yard and the touchdown. And this is all about the offensive line of the Oakland Raiders. Watch the push. Mo Collins, easy Ritchie inside with a lead block. Oh, that's just like the first touchdown. We're more physical than you. Get the heck out of the way.
Janikowski with the extra point. The second rushing touchdown today by the Raiders, set up on a Drew Brees interception. The 30 is thrown today. Raiders on top 20-7. First place at stake in the AFC Western Division. Both Raiders and Chargers at 8-4. And second rushing touchdown by Oakland. And the ensuing kickoff by Janikowski will drive Jenkins into the end zone. Chasing a bouncing ball to the 20-yard line with a touchback. Wednesday on CBS with only 2 amazing Raiders.
I'm not sure if he's on the plane.
I don't think he knows either. How will the Chargers respond? The offense has thrown 3 interceptions today from the 21st and 10. The pitch to Tomlinson, a good block by Williams. Tomlinson turns the corner, meets Eric Barton after a gain of 6 at the 26-yard line.
Well, it's Eric Barton and Bill Romanowski doing a little rope job on the young runner out of TCU. But, you know, this is what San Diego does best. I know I've said it a lot today, but there's plenty of time in this ball game. There's a minute and 50 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. You got the whole 4th quarter. You're down by 13. Don't get out of what you are. Stay true to yourself. Don't be greedy.
But even you'd admit they've got to get a score here soon.
I think they've got to just do what they do well. The scores will come.
Second down, 4, 20-yard line. Breeze. Stephen Alexander, raced out of bounds by Travion Smith. It's a gain of 7. It is a first down up to the 33.
But more importantly for Drew Brees and this offense, they need to get a rhythm going. They need to get a consistent drive together. They've gotten the ball 10 times today, and 6 of those 10 times they've been on their own 20. I mean, they haven't taken advantage of the last great field position they had. They got a touchdown the other time, but they need a consistent, rhythmic drive to get some confidence going for their next couple of possessions after this one.
Breeze today 13 of 25 and 3 interceptions, no touchdowns. Second down and 4. Make it 1st and 10. And down he goes. John Perella. Losing 8 on the play.
And Rod Coleman, number 57, right there with the ex-Charger Perella. Inside the 2 defensive tackles. Perella, Coleman, and frankly, if I'm given a game ball right now for the Oakland Raiders, I know it's only about 3 quarters old, but I'm not sure I don't give it to Rod Coleman. And the inside of that Raiders defense that has just stuffed the San Diego Chargers inside.
That's the first sack of the season for Perella. Second down and 18. Back at the 26. Breeze fires a pass, and it's caught. Eric Parker, the rookie free agent from Tennessee, is out to the 41. Picks up on the play 15 yards. He's got 5 catches today for 78 yards.
And it puts his quarterback, Drew Brees, in a very desirable 3rd down spot rather than 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 12. And you're looking at 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3, there's something on the list for 3rd and 3.
Right. They can dial in something there.
Well, you can also get it with a run. I mean, you've got LaDainian Tomlinson, and Marty Schottenheimer knows this guy is good from just about anywhere on this football field.
They're down in 3, but the 3rd quarter clock is showing 0, so we'll continue going into the 4th quarter. San Diego hoping to get some tempo, some rhythm to their offense, and move in on the Oakland Raiders. But 3 receptions thrown by Drew Brees, who's resulted in 10 Oakland points. Raiders on top 20-7. We'll be back to San Diego after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Raiders have scored twice on the ground, twice with field goals from Janikowski, 3 Drew Brees interceptions. 20-7 is the score as we start the 4th quarter. 3rd down and 3 outside the 40-yard line for Brees in his offense. Tomlinson will go on a route, pass outside, complete, looking for Josh Norman. And the Chargers have got a punt. That's the last thing they wanted to do on that particular drive.
Well, and they were going after Torrey James, and Torrey James had himself set up in almost the exact type of physical position on the receiver as he was on his last reception, set up inside and ready to just pick that thing off.
Tim Brown is back at about the 20-yard line, and Darren Bennett will punt once again. As dusk is descending here in Southern California. Brown, fair caught on the fly at the 24. That's a 36-yard punt. We've got a timeout. Whenever the Goodyear blimp is hovering above a game with its camera focused on an event, you know you're going to get a unique view. And overhead is the Goodyear blimp Spirit of America, based in Carson, California. With Randy Cross and Beasley Reese, Kevin Harlan. It's 1st and 10, and outside, Rich Gannon goes to Jerry Porter, breaking 1 tackle. And he was brought down from behind by Junior Seau. It's a 13-yard gain, a first down for the Raiders up to their 37.
Jerry Porter described himself as probably the luckiest young wide receiver in the NFL. And, you know, who cares if he's the other Jerry? Because the other Jerry is the Jerry. You know, but this guy's becoming the big play receiver. Look at 8 touchdown receptions. And it's nothing on those stats that isn't going to grow dramatically over the next couple of years, because this guy is the whole package at wide receiver.
Gannon is thrown for 271 yards. He's at his 37. He's got a 1st and 10. Charlie Garner tripped up again by Seau. 2 consecutive tackles. Penalties today, which were such a factor for the Raiders. Only 6. San Diego, 7 on the afternoon.
The reality of this situation here really for the San Diego Chargers, Kevin, is very simple. The Chargers defense has to do what the Charger offense can't do. Chargers defense has to find a way to get a turnover. They've got to find a way to either score points or give the ball back to their offense in such a position that they can't help score points.
Let me add, the Raiders have not been penalized once in the second half. 2nd down and 8 from the 39. Is it changing the play, Randy?
He does every play almost.
Quickly outside he goes to Rice. Grabbed by Neal, and he should have enough for a first down. Let's see where they mark it. They had to get just outside the 46-yard line.
So much of that quarterback action at the line of scrimmage these days is kind of overrated. You know, the media is really in love with Peyton Manning. The fact that he gets to the line of scrimmage and he wiggles his hands and nods his heads and give him the old Three Stooges, you know, and all that other stuff. And you know, it's all pretty much window dressing for the most part. Rich Gannon is a quarterback that makes all the changes in this offense. They go to the line with a run right, a pass left, or 2 different passes. He calls the difference on the line of scrimmage, and his receivers like Jerry Rice know when to cut the route off and where the ball's going to be.
And I assume also added on to that, the motion that he sends his receivers and running backs in that gives him a sequence of what the defense might do.
Well, you've got to have a pretty good head on your shoulders to play in this Oakland offense, because he doesn't do a lot of that directing of traffic, you know, the conducting, if you will, that Peyton Manning does. The running backs have to know where they're supposed to be. The wide receivers have to know where they're supposed to be. They've got to know their motion. Of course, you've seen a little leadership out of Rich Gannon today. If they forget, he will point out to them that they're not right.
Rice has over 100 yards, 104 to be exact. 73rd career game of 100 yards or more receiving. Crockett in the backfield. 3rd and inches. Zach Crockett pile drives his way for a first down to the 48.
And now that's 7 times Zach Crockett has handled the ball in 3rd and 1 or less, and he's money. Offensive line knows that Zach Crockett out of FSU is going to be about 3 feet off the ground and just coming. So your choices are to let him come and hit you in the back, or you make the block and get the heck out of the way.
It is a nice luxury in this era of salary caps and everything else to have a guy that has got such a specialized role.
Well, in this area of salary cap, how many role players do the Raiders have? All their roster seems to be a role player.
Wheatley in the backfield now, 1st and 10 from the 48. The fake to Tyrone Wheatley, and Jolly will get the pass. The tight end galloping down the side with the first down run. Lieber got him, hit by Donnie Edwards. And the rookie out of BYU picks up 15 yards in what has been a career day for him. 5 catches and 86 yards.
You want to talk about a below-the-radar performance. You know, Doug Jolly has just quietly in the last month and a half started padding his own stats, and it's all sort of culminated in what he's getting to do today. They're concentrating so much on the outside weapons that Doug Jolly is just sort of there for Rich Gannon to dump the ball to, and then he's running after the ball like a wide receiver.
Wheatley stays in the backfield. Brown is on the move. On the 37, Gannon, 1st and 10. Tyrone Wheatley with a Middleton block, and he hurdles his way into the grasp of Quentin Jammer, picking up 5 to the 32. Let's go to New York and Jim Nantz.
All right, thank you there, Kev. With the Broncos down 6, Brian Greasy looked near the end zone, and he is picked by John McGraw, the rookie, at the 1-yard line. Jets have 2nd down with 1:16 left. Broncos out of timeouts. Back to you.
And interestingly enough, Jim, in the 2 previous meetings where Greasy has taken on the Jets defense, he's at a passer rating of 1-1. Looks like he's struggling a bit there. 2nd down and 5. From the 32, Garner back in and offers a block. And Gannon rifles to the side, but it's low and uncatchable for Brown. Incomplete. 3rd and 5 now coming up.
Yeah, I talked about Rich Gannon pointing out to people when they make mistakes. Well, he's got to point out to himself right there, because he had Tim Brown absolutely wide open on that play in a matchup with a linebacker, Zeke Marino.
Another big defensive play coming up for the Chargers as the Raiders continue to chip their way downfield. This drive began back at the Oakland 24. Now at the San Diego 32, 3rd down and 5. He's emptied the backfield, so he's going to the air and across the middle. He's got Rice for another first down. To the 23, working on Ryan McNeil. It's a gain on the play of about 10 as Rice gets another first down for his offense.
You can take a clip package every week of Jerry Rice and teach receivers what they're supposed to do. Find a hole in the defense, be patient, and present your numbers to the quarterback. That was all of the above.
He's got 7 catches today.
7 catches on 3rd down. 3 on 3rd down, I should say.
Raiders keep on rolling to the 23 of the San Diego Chargers, eating up the clock. 5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Gannon outside to Wheatley. Stiff arms his way in the jammer and then is forced out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. That's a gain of 8, setting up 2nd down and 2 at the Charger 15. And now Gannon at 310 yards. And he now becomes the only quarterback in NFL history to have 10 300-yard passing games in one season. And those of you watching the Jets in Denver, it's 2nd down and 2. Raiders at the Charger 15. Wheatley breaking 1 tackle, then grabbed from behind by Donnie Edwards and lassoed there after a gain of 1. And moments ago, our audience that's joining us from the East Coast, Rich Gannon, completed pass which put him over 300 yards passing today, which makes him the only quarterback in NFL history to record 10 300-yard passing games in one season.
Hey, you know, it's a guy that came into the league as a running quarterback. He's not mentioned with the great passing quarterbacks that have been in the game while he has. And, you know, frankly, I get the impression he's got a chip on his shoulder about the size of Costa Rica about the whole thing. But you know what? I think that's what burns him. I think that's what really inspires Rich Gannon, is that he hasn't gotten the credit he deserves. And this year, what he's done is irrefutable. I mean, you can't ignore Rich Gannon anymore because he's no longer a running quarterback. He's going to be probably the most prolific one-season quarterback in the history of this game.
He'll be 37 later this month. Has anyone ever played the position at that age any better?
No. I mean, he's at an age right now where most everybody else is heading down towards the bottom of the pool. And right now, he's just sort of still skimming on top of the water.
He's got a 3rd and 1 coming up right now. The 11th play upcoming in this drive, which is on 62 yards, began back at the Raider 24.
In boxing, this is called finishing off an opponent.
From the San Diego 14, Zach Crockett again plunges for the 1st down. It's at the 10, and the Raiders will move the chains. Here's how it's happened today. Oakland got on the board after a 65-yard kickoff return to open the game. A 4-yard touchdown run by Charlie Garner. And then after a 51-yard field goal by Janikowski, that touchdown run by Tomlinson, 10-7 Oakland. Janikowski with another field goal, 13-7 Oakland. And then moments ago was Zach Crockett on a 1-yard touchdown plunge, 20-7. That's where we stand right now. Randy Cross and Beasley Reese. Sold out Qualcomm Stadium here in San Diego. 1st and 10. And Tyrone Wheatley runs right into Lyle. Gain of a couple. And it is 2nd down. Chargers and Raiders tied for 1st place in the AFC West coming into today. For those of you expecting to see 60 minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS in the game between the Chargers and Raiders. I'm Kevin Harlan with Randy Cross and Beasley Reese. 60 minutes will be seen in its entirety immediately following the game, except in the Pacific time zone, where it'll be seen at its normally scheduled time.
What you've seen is the Raiders performing like champions and finishing an opponent off right now.
Wheatley in the backfield on 2nd down and 8. Good time with the good block coming from the side, and Lincoln Kennedy that afforded Gannon a chance to survey, and incomplete. Flag has been thrown on the play. 7 minutes on this drive. And this one is against the San Diego Chargers. Somewhat surprising, San Diego has more penalties than the Raiders this afternoon.
They've out-Raided the Raiders when it comes to penalties today, and that's why they're in the predicament they are.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, helmet-to-helmet blow at the distance, 1st down.
Oakland Raiders at 8-4, San Diego Chargers at 8-4. The winner of this game in 1st place in the AFC West. And you think maybe 3 teams could come out of this division and make the game? It's 1st and goal. Wheatley in the backfield with Ritchie. They've got Porter on the move, and Wheatley gets the call, weaving his way and then driving into the end zone for another Oakland Raider rushing touchdown, the 3rd today.
This is what Marty Schottenheimer has always done well as a football coach, is finish off opponents. And he's watching Rich Gannon and the Oakland Raiders put a little Marty ball on his Marty Schottenheimer San Diego Chargers. Just physically, when they got the ball with about 14 minutes to go, drive the ball down the field and shove it down the Chargers' throat.
The Janikowski extra point makes it a 27-7 Oakland Raider lead. And first place is looking a little bit more clear now for the Oakland Raiders, as Wheatley becomes the third different Raider to score a touchdown on the ground. A lot of Raider fans here at Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego. Moments ago, a third rushing touchdown, 13 plays, 7.5 minutes on the clock. And the ensuing kickoff by Janikowski. It's Ronnie Jenkins taking it about a yard deep in the end zone. He led the NFL in kickoff returns last year, and he's off to the races. Grabbed by Johnson, and Janikowski was there as insurance. Knocked out of bounds at the Raiders 46, a 56-yard return. 27-7.
That's what you call a marine layer.
Yeah.
Gosh, is that beautiful.
As dusk descends on Southern California. The Chargers, after a 56-yard return on the kickoff, long by the Chargers this year, have it first down and 10. They dump it off to Tomlinson, a sensational running back. And he's down to the 40, and he picks up 6, setting up second down and 4. Chargers have 2 timeouts. Raiders have a couple as well. Second down and 4 from the Raider 40.
And this keeps the Raiders in base personnel for Drew Brees' offense,
which he wants. And Brees to the side to his tight end, Steven Alexander, grabbed by Romanowski and very close to a first down. In fact, he may have nudged all for a first down. He did near the 35. Don't forget, 60 Minutes is coming up next, except on the West Coast, where it will be seen in its normally scheduled time. First down and 10, just outside the Raider 35. Brees, nice time, good block by Garner. Outside again to the tight end Alexander. Cracks his way into Derek Gibson. A flag has been thrown back at the 45.
You know, Kevin, I know it's a long way down the road here in the end of January, but how fantastic for this league would it be if we had Tampa Bay, the best team in the NFC, play the Raiders in the Super Bowl after the whole Gruden, Callahan, Al Davis. Man, that'd be the fitting way to end this season.
It would be, because it's been that kind of year. So many turns and twists and roller coaster rides, and you're just holding on for dear life. And exemplified by today's Houston win at Pittsburgh. My goodness.
Holding, offense number 79, personal foul, defense.
Just pick a number, Dick.
57. Those penalties are offset. Repeat, first down.
Dick Antek has refereed a Super Bowl and 3 conference championships. He is as good as there is in the NFL. Is Sammy Williams taking the place of the injured Vaughn Parker today at that right tackle.
And as a unit, I think this offensive line of the San Diego Chargers has to slap this tape in tomorrow and take a look at it for what it is. I think legitimately a pretty good butt whipping by the front 7 of the Oakland defense. They have taken it to the San Diego offense.
At the 36, first and 10. And Brees throws a dart to Dwight. Grabbed by Rod Woodson. Corralled at about the 22-yard line. Picks up a first down and 14 yards on the run. Flag is down again at the 29.
Personal foul, defense number 91. Will penalties from the end of the run. First down.
It's Reagan Upshaw.
Reagan Upshaw definitely losing his cool a little. There's Reagan Upshaw. Check him out. Remember, he got fined earlier by the Raiders for a confrontation with a coach that was reported by Jay Glazer of the NFL Today a couple weeks ago. And here's another confrontation going on right now with Upshaw and the head man, Bill Callahan.
And he's been injured, as Upshaw has just come back on the active roster.
He's going to be on the exercise bike for about 2 weeks if he's not careful. Free.
They're outside the 10, so it is 1st and 10. For San Diego, Drew Brees has thrown 3 crucial interceptions today. That's hurt the offense. Seriously. That's batted down by Chris Cooper. Incomplete, 2nd down and 10. Right up in his face. And we talked to Brees on Friday. He is not a very tall guy to begin with.
No, and I tell you what, Drew Brees is a good quarterback. Tomlinson's a good running back. This Raider defense, though, they've got the A game. You know, sometimes Tiger Woods says I don't have the A game. Well, the Oakland Raider defense brought their Tiger game today because they have been aggressive as we've seen them all year long, and it's been sort of the missing ingredient. Everybody wants to talk about the Oakland offense, but it's been the defense, no question today.
2nd down and 10 outside the 10. Draw play handoff to Tomlinson, stuffed and grabbed on the play by Eric Barton, who began the game with a series of great defensive plays, and looks like he's finishing the same way he started.
Well, it's been Barton, it's been Romanowski, it's been Coleman, it's been interceptions by Shaw, interceptions by James. It's been the total package from Chuck Bresnahan's defense.
At the 9, 3rd and 8, and Brees looking for his second option, chased by Barton, chased by Perella, and zeroing in is Dorsett. He knocks him out of bounds after a gain of 2. In fact, they're going to let the clock continue to roll, and it's going to go under 5. They're at the Raiders 7.
If I had to pick one play out of the second half that was sort of the play in this game, I think it was that 4th and 1 that San Diego ran against Callahan's defense, where they ran wide with LaDainian Tomlinson, and Dorsett came up and made that big hit and stopped him. They had momentum, they had a drive, the game was close, and the defense of the Raiders took away their and then took it and put it out of reach.
4th and 6 at the Oakland 7. Brees deflected, ricochet is incomplete. Raiders will take over on downs. The defense has done it all day, and they do it again.
Only fitting that we end on a down 4th and out. Good job.
First place at stake in the AFC Western Division with this winner today. 8-4 Oakland, 8-4 San Diego. But the defense stops San Diego on downs from the 7, 1st and 10. And Wheatley is devoured by Sayal. No gain. Tonight on CBS after football. Here tonight on CBS.
Kevin, you want a formula for success? You run 62 plays as the Raiders have. 40 of them have been in San Diego's territory.
Pretty good equation. 2nd down, 11. Back at the 6. Chargers have 2 timeouts. Oakland has 2 timeouts. Raiders on the move.
Letting that clock run.
Middleton with the block for Wheatley. He finds a gap, fumbles the ball, and it's loose inside the 15. And they'll unravel the pile at the 12.
I think a Charger was on it initially, but now it's a dog pile. Anybody could have it. It's a dog pile. Don't you remember Bill Cosby's old game,
Yeah,
Buck?
That's right.
That's what it was, the dog pile. You got done, everybody fell down. It was.
Raiders keep it, they retain it. The difference now at this stage of the game, with John Gruden coaching the team and Bill Callahan coaching the team.
Well, both will finish you off. You know, you see the fumble by Wheatley. The ball's ripped out, and that's what a defense's goal is at this point. That's why you should have 2 arms on the ball, 2 hands on the ball. The difference between Bill Callahan and John Gruden is, though, Gruden would run it out. Bill Callahan takes kind of the never hit a man when he's down, kick him, it's easier. I mean, they'll open it up sometimes. You expect them just to be running it.
San Diego just burned their 2nd timeout. They've got 1 left. NFL.com poll question. Who would
that won a few MVPs, and, you know, Joe Montana never put up the numbers that Rich Gannon's putting up.
Gannon has already set an all-time record today in a single season with 10 300-yard passing games, and he came into today number 1 in the league in attempts, number 1 in the league in completions, number 1 in the league in yards per game. 2nd-rated quarterback in the NFL. 3rd and 5, and the Raiders have converted their last 5 third downs. 13. Good time for Gannon, and he does it again to Doug Jolly, the rookie tight end, who works on Harrison. They get the 1st down. He is up to the 32, an 18-yard gain, and Jolly has had a spectacular day with over 100 yards receiving on 6 receptions.
Hey, just about the time you figured, well, they're just going to do little safe things and just run the ball. the Raiders open it up a little bit and hit their secret weapon for the day. Mark it down, December 8th, 2002 was Doug Jolly Day in the Oakland offense.
The Jolly Roger for the Raiders.
Yeah, I can't believe you said that.
By the way, if you want to vote
over 100 yards though
for your MVP, cast your vote at NFL.com. First and 10, 31-yard line. Wheatley in the backfield, and he gets the handoff with Don smothering him at 32 and a gain of about a yard. Second down and 9. Well, the Raiders lost in overtime in Oakland earlier this season to San Diego. So now these two teams are tied with the win apiece against each other, but the Raiders, if they go on to win, and San Diego just burned their last time out, Raiders would go to 9-4. San Diego would drop to 8-5. And don't forget, 60 Minutes is coming up next, except on the West Coast, where it will be seen at its normal scheduled time.
You talk about a tough decision like how do you pick an MVP in this league? I got another tough one for you.
Yeah.
How do you pick Coach of the Year? You know, is it John Gruden with the job he's done with Tampa? Is it Tony Dungy, the job he's done in Indy? Is it Bill Callahan and the job he's done with these Oakland Raiders?
Marty Schottenheimer.
Marty Schottenheimer.
Mike Sherman at Green Bay.
The below the radar guys. Tom Coughlin fighting the salary cap in Jacksonville. You know, Brian Billick in Baltimore winning with less than stellar talent, or at least being close to 500 with less than stellar talent.
It was tough last year, as I recall, and it's going to be difficult this year to vote for a Coach of the Year.
But Bill Callahan's Oakland Raiders will make a heck of a bid for him in that category over the next 3 weeks when they finish this season off, if they finish 12-4 and with home field advantage.
They've got Garner in the backfield. Second down, long 8 from the 32. San Diego out of timeouts, and outside it goes to Charlie Garner, trying to stay in bounds. Coughed up the ball. It was down, they say, at the 40-yard line. By the way, that last graphic we showed you of the standings did include the win today for the Raiders.
And more importantly, too, look at what they have coming up. You know, a nice weather game here today in San Diego. Where do they go? Then they go to Miami. Pretty nice weather there. They have to worry about the cold at home in Oakland against Denver or at home against Kansas City. So it's tough scheduling-wise, but Bill Callahan's football team has got the best thing going for them. They've got the weather, and they've got 2 games at home to finish the year. And I don't know too many people that want to come to the black hole come playoff time if he gets home field advantage.
Crockett in the backfield on 3rd and 1. Broke a tackle initially of Adrian Dingle and then slides his way close to a first down. But I think shy as we're going to tick our way down to the 2-minute warning. He has made speaking of Crockett, he has made every 3rd and 1 this year and converted that to a first down. Let's see, it's going to be short. So it'll be 4th and a yard when we come back. At the 2-minute warning, Raiders in control. America's most watched network, Shane Leckler to punt. San Diego's out of timeouts and they're down 27-7. Tim Dwight back and watches that ball sail out of bounds in front of him. Well, the Chargers will play at Buffalo, at Kansas City, and Seattle coming up with their remaining games. And Randy, they'll fall to 8-5 after this afternoon. Where do you see Marty Schottenheimer's team after today?
I see Marty Schottenheimer's team being what they were coming in here. Sort of a reflection of Marty Schottenheimer, a tough, physical football team that uncharacteristically for Marty today made the mistakes that hurt him. They got flustered, I think, offensively, and defensively they just did almost a good enough job against Rich Gannon in the Oakland Raider offense, but at the times that they needed to stop him, they didn't.
Reeves on 1st and 10 goes outside where it's caught by Eric Parker. That's a gain of 9, setting up 2nd and 1. Let's send you to our studios in New York and Jim Nantz.
All right, this defies any common sense at all. The Saints have given up at least 20 every game this year, but they're 9-4. Today they ride the deuce over 100, 3 touchdowns as they defeat the Ravens 37-25. With back to you, Kevin and Randy.
All right, Jim, thank you.
I know Jim in the pick segment had Baltimore today. I guess Deuce and the gang kind of ruined those plans.
2nd down and 1. And Breeze goes to Jesse Chapman, his first catch today. His first reception as an NFL player, the rookie free agent out of Eastern Washington. Picks up 25 yards, and he races to the Raider 38-yard line. Jesse German led the NFL in rushing in the preseason, made this roster as a rookie free agent at all 5'8". Tomlinson is out. First down and 10, across the middle, dropped by Tim Dwight on a crossing pattern at the 32. Tomlinson today with 57 yards rushing, and he became the single-season rushing leader in the history of the San Diego Chargers, going by Natrone Means earlier in the game.
And last year, when the Raiders came to San Diego, they found a way to stop LaDainian Tomlinson. 49 yards last year and 57 this year. But it's he's the way they go. If you get that running game going and you're able to play clock ball, you're able to keep it away from the other offense, you're playing San Diego Charger football.
38-yard line, down and 10, outside Breeze with a pass. Nice catch outside by Eric Parker again, picking up 9 inside the Raider 30. Don't forget 60 minutes coming up, except on the West Coast, where it'll be seen at its normally scheduled time. 3rd and 1 inside the 30. Breeze throwing 3 interceptions today. Did a lot to hurt the Chargers. And across the middle, they've got receiver Tim Dwight, who's got the first down to the Raider 19-yard line. Brought down by linebacker Eric Barton, and a gain of 10.
Like we mentioned earlier, I mean, it had been a while since the Chargers played in a big December game, and really the poison experience showed today. The Raiders had the poison experience, and very clearly the Chargers did not.
Chargers out of timeouts. Here's Breeze moving up, throwing, caught by Chapman, and head over heels inside the 5. Gain of 15 yards. They'll mark him at the 4, where it's 1st and goal for the Chargers. Again, they can't stop the clock. As you see, Breeze assemble his team at the line and quickly spike it. 15 seconds play. The executive producers of the NFL on CBS are Sean McManus and Tony Petiti. Today's game produced by Bob Monsbach, directed by Steve Milton. The coordinating producer of CBS Sports is Harold Bryant. The associate director of today's game is Jeffrey St. Armand, and the broadcast associate Jason Headings. Technical manager Dean Walker. Special thanks in audio to Kevin Little. And our statistician today, Pat McGrath. 2nd and goal at the 4. Chapman remains in the backfield. And Breeze trying to gun one inside, and Woodson knocks it away. 3rd and goal coming up.
Well, if there's one guy in this Raiders defense you don't want to put a ball like that in front of, history would tell you it'd be Rod Woodson, because he's not going to knock most of those down. Most of those he's going to catch. And he's thinking, let's go the other way. He's just trying to tip that up and saying, let's see, I've had a 99-yarder this year. How about a 98 to go?
Charles Woodson did not play today. Hurt his ankle late in the Jet game last week. And so he was in civvies on the sideline. 3rd and goal at the 4. Breeze to the end zone. Deflected, incomplete, and Trevian Smith had that ball ricochet off of him as he was defending in the end zone. 7 seconds to play.
You know, we've talked already about the job that Bill Callahan and his defense have done today. Chuck Bresnahan there, the defensive coordinator. Coaches like this don't get enough credit at times. And we spend a lot of time talking about on the field, but with depleted defensive backs, a blitz package, a coverage package, a lot of veterans like Bill Romanowski.
Personal foul. Defense, unnecessary roughness, number 95. Penalize half the distance to the goal. 1st down.
It's Sam Adams. Chuck Bresnahan's dad was a longtime coach with the Buffalo Bills.
Well, he got the right genes.
Yes, he did. His dad was an offensive coach.
Well, it happens in a lot of good families.
There's got to be something in it.
You know, every once in a while that defense creeps in, you know? It's kind of like, you know, left-handed people.
And remaining moments, turning it a little bit ugly with the Raiders trying to get these final 7 seconds over with. 1st and goal at the 2. From the 3, Breeze. And tried to go inside, complete. Looking for Dwight. Clock at a 2nd left in the game. So the Raiders are in 1st place in the AFC West. San Diego is in second. Watch out for the Kansas City Chiefs. Another convincing, gigantic win today. Last week they shut out Arizona. Today they drill the St. Louis Rams in Kansas City.
And we talked about how many teams go to the playoffs out of the AFC West earlier. Kansas City will go a long way towards deciding that.
Yes.
Because they have nothing left but AFC West opponents.
Second and goal at the 2. Final play. Pitch to Chapman, who does not get in. Derek Gibson was there to make the stop. And that closes the door on the Raiders and Chargers today. And the Oakland Raiders are in first place by themselves in the AFC West. For Randy Cross and Beasley Reese, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long from San Diego, where the final score, Raiders 27, Chargers 7. Tonight on CBS at 6, Vanessa Redgrave. You've been watching the National Football League on CBS.
Well, they